Hi guys, so let's talk about today. I wanted to talk about people being long term not working for 2 years, over more than a year. Basically, there's people currently right now not employed, and they're haven't been successful at finding a job within a year, 6 months, 2 years. The longest has been 2 years that I've heard about, and I've read this on LinkedIn, and just wanted to basically talk to you guys about that. We are right now in a very tough job market, as I keep bringing it up. Obviously, I would have to keep bringing it up because I want to know, like, as much as you guys are probably, frustrated about, everything that's going on, which, you guys should be, right? Why are you not finding a job, right? Why are we not finding a job? We have the skills, we are willing to, work a job, wanting a long-term career, because at the end of the day, we can get the job done, and we can also, you know, be good with the managers that we're working with, right? So I hope that's obviously what your goal is, your end goal at the end of the day, as mine is, right? But 2 years, really? I mean, I really had to bring this up today because that's really scary to me. I mean, 2 years is a long time about a person, and I've heard of other people being, unemployed for a year and a half, right? So that's concerning to me, and I wanted to bring that up today because, I mean, what is going on? I mean, I keep talking about the job market, our economy is not where it needs to be. Yesterday, my video was based on the job numbers are not accurate. The job numbers should have came out today. I don't even want to look at it, to be honest with you, because obviously I already told y'all what the government is doing with those numbers. So there's no need for me to look at it. I mean, the only way that I can actually see the numbers is by you yourself being affected by it, and by you constantly seeing all these people on LinkedIn or, Reddit or any sites that you can see the trueness of these numbers of people that are out there. But I will say that, what is going on as far as why is the UA struggling, right? Why are we not able to be successful finding a job? It's really hard to go through what you're going through, knowing that you have family, right? That you have to be accountable for. You have your bills, your rent, your electric bill, you know, just your food, any other expenses that we have, your vehicle, insurance, you have to have insurance for this, for that. I mean, it's just very crazy out there. And I really wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, making sure that you guys are taking time for yourselves, because 2 years, and this person that I read the story about on LinkedIn, they mentioned that they have been actively applying, pretty much to any and every job. At this point, that's really the only way you can know if, hey, if it's you that is just wanting to target certain specific jobs, right? So you're kind of putting yourself in just one dark hole if you're just doing that, right? Especially with the circumstances that we're currently living in, right? Which is a nightmare. I mean, I don't need to be hyperbolic or wanting to make anybody stressful. I want to, if you guys understand, if you guys are listening to the video, It's not to make you feel going crazy. It's just to kind of alert you. It's alerting me as to, hey, um, there's pain out there, and I really just want to reach out and make sense of things. But how do you make sense of things when really nothing is making sense, right? Um, Again, the U.S. should be one of the strongest economies um, out there in the world, and it seems like we keep going into this downturn of basically our economy is not what it needs to be, and it's like, what is going on? I mean, why are we putting these people in government in only to help the rich? The rich keep getting rich and the poor keep getting poorer. I mean, coming from a middle class living, it's kind of like scary to know when and how fast am I gonna be able to, get out of this situation, right? Um, it's not something that is fun to live like or go through this. Um, make sure that you're taking time for yourself. Make sure that, it could get daunting these times. And this is not the first, you know, economic uh, like recession, because I do know that we're in a recession now, as that they don't claim we are, but you know the numbers show it. Um, that the people that you're seeing visibly, that whether they're on YouTube, and they're being completely honest about what their situation is, and I really appreciate the people that are. I'm not on TikTok, um, I'm but I'm hearing a lot of people on TikTok, you know, from my feed that I get on social media from Facebook. So I'm getting a lot of those conversations, and then they come through YouTube as well, because I like to just kind of like stay vigilant and understand the stories, because sometimes when you will understand people's stories, you can kind of get a more understanding of your situation, and how do you kind of don't go crazy, right? Because it makes sense. But I really appreciate the people that are being very transparent and honest in this, saying, hey, this is my situation. I was laid off, and I can't find a job. Some people are actually moving from the US to Canada, to, I've even heard Mexico. I mean, I jokingly say I'm gonna go to Mexico, um, because that's where my parents are from. But I'm like, man, would be willing to go to Mexico, but I mean, I guarantee you won't even find a job over there. But uh, you can do other things in Mexico, from my belief. But I mean, wow, I mean, it's amazing how, if you don't have a job and you've exhausted your 401k, if you've exhausted any loans or any savings in your bank account, because the money goes quick, right? And then if you have emergencies where your vehicle broke down, a family member is having to go to the hospital, these medical bills are not cheap. Okay, so just understanding one another, guys. I just think that you got to understand your friends, your family members. I want companies to also understand, and HR to be more understanding about why people have these gaps, right? Because there, I don't want to be not working, and I don't think any of y'all want to not be working, because we need to. I enjoy working. I We are here in this world to have a purpose, right? And so everyone has a purpose, and one of the purpose is to work, right? And fulfill your duty on helping bring bread home, right? So it's a struggle. It's real. It's hopefully will get better, but I mean we're July 2025, and it seems like um, they're more wanting to give tax breaks to the rich, and charge and give more taxes to people who are just paycheck to paycheck, and it's just doesn't make sense. The math is not mathing, like I always say. I mean, it's just doesn't make any sense. Seeing people's post on LinkedIn, I just yesterday was looking at people post, and there was someone that was laid off, and from Microsoft. She's been there for 8 years at a company. She was a quality. I think it was like a something having to do with training managers. So she had trained a lot of managers, and then I see other people's stories, and I mean I don't even get to finish stories because so many new people keep coming up on the feed of who are open to work, who are needing to work, or who had just been laid off. So yeah, those are the numbers. Those are the real numbers, and it's insane to think that if someone goes without a job for 2 years and they've been through a million interviews, 6 interviews, really? I'm sorry, but um, I'm here to be, transparent with you guys about as a talent acquisition recruiter for corporate and non-corporate roles. I mean, I have, all the skills and experience needed, and I've been working for Fortune 500 companies, and some not Fortune 500 companies, but I've had the mix there, right? But so I understand, because when I would speak to candidates, and I would ask them, hey, how long you been not working? And they tell me, my heart goes out to them, and I always try to help them overall, and make the hiring manager understand that this is their situation. The gap is a gap for a reason. It's not because the person is lazy, because that is the hiring manager's mindset that hasn't had time off. So I think because of people not being in positions where they're hiring and they haven't experienced that, you cannot assimilate what people are going through, and you might think that someone is lazy, but that's not true, because you have some type of relationship with the manager or the company, and the person that has that gap, that didn't have that relationship with the company. They just really just there to work and do their job, right? Because I hope that's what people come to do. At least that's what I try to do. It's insane to know that you can just be let go and number on the spreadsheet. But I wanted to just come on here and let you know, hey, hang in there. It will get better soon. I mean, we've had economic crisis, so just we will get through it. Make sure you are doing things that you can do for your mental health. Go outside. I mentioned this in my other video, but just see nature, right? Go work out. Do something to get your mind off of all of this. Okay. Don't let this get to you. Don't let this bring you down, because even if you have to do something, whatever it takes, whatever you need to do, just be careful when you do. You don't want to be ending up in a bad situation, right? Because we're in a tough situation, right? So sometimes our back is against the wall. So my heart goes out to everybody, because it's a struggle. Like, it's a struggle, but hang in there. We will get through this, and yeah, please subscribe, and please send this video out to whoever might need to hear this. Again, I've always had a career coach tendencies, experience, and motivating people. So this is why I'm sharing my experiences now as much as I can, and I'm trying to be transparent with you guys, as you know, a real life of a recruiter. All right, guys, y'all hang in there. Y'all have a great 4th of July tomorrow. Bye.